MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Should be a good one here this afternoon between the Minnesota Twins and the Houston Astros. It's Astros baseball, and it's next on the show. Zach Greinke gets the start for Houston in this one. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, we're taking a look at one of the top pitchers in the game. This guy has over 200 career victories, and he'd like to add another one to this list. This guy's been a really good pitcher for a long time, and right now he's showing no signs of slowing down. It'll be interesting to watch him work in this one here.
Now at the plate, Max Kepler, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Max Kepler.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. And that changeup makes him jump, a swing and a miss.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Lays off the slider, and it's 1-1.
That's a great take right there. Great pitch recognition to let that one go. Opposite-handed, that's coming across the plate. You might think he got a shot to stay inside that one.
The 1-1 home. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. The 1-2. The bouncer to the left side. Bregman fields it cleanly, and the throw on to first will take care of him. So he's thrown out by the only man standing on the left side of the infield. One away.
The shortstop, Polanco.
So digging in now, Jorge Polanco. Here's the first pitch now from Greinke. Line hard toward right center, and that's into the outfield for a one-out base hit.
Ambush tactics right there, but he didn't try and do too much. He stayed in there and just drove it back up the middle.
Here's Nelson Cruz now. And this one's in the dirt, and a nice job keeping it close. It's ball one. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now.
If you're going to have any chance against a good pitcher, you got to find yourself in some great counts, and he certainly worked himself into a nice 2-0 count right here.
From the stretch.
That's an impressive pitch right there. If you're willing to throw a changeup on 2-0, that tells me that's a pitch you feel really confident with.
Polanco, base runner at first with one out. And he lays off again, ball three.
We're seeing a good AB here from the three-hole hitter. If he can work a walk or pick up a hit here, he's going to put that cleanup guy in a really good position to do some damage in this first inning.
And he lays off here. A nice job. It's ball four. First and second now with one away.
Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 24.
Two on here with one man out. And that brings up the former American League MVP, Josh Donaldson. From the stretch. And that misses ball one.
Ball one, no play.
The 1-0 home is laid off for ball two.
And now on 2-0, you just can't lay a fastball in there, or he could make it 3-0 before you know it. It's all about limiting the damage in this situation.
From the stretch.
Hey, it looks like this guy's going to work in the upper part of the strike zone. It'll be interesting to see if this lineup can adjust to the way he pitches.
First and second now, one man out. Shot toward right center. And this is going to get down for extra bases, as that'll get one, if not both of them, home. And they will hold that runner over at third as he'll move up only 90 feet, but the bases are loaded with one away.
Left fielder, number 20, Eddie Rosario.
So now to the plate, Eddie Rosario. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball one. Certainly a big moment in this game. Bases loaded, tie score. A 1-0 delivery.
2-0.
Nowhere to put anybody. 2-0 count, not a good spot to be in as a pitcher.
Bases are loaded here, one man out. Strike call, 2-1. So let's take a peek at the umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Matthew Ross.
Well, D-Row, you better be ready to swing. With Matt Ross behind the dish, big zone.
Yeah, you know coming into this one, you better pull the trigger. If something's close, Matt Ross is going to punch your ticket.
Yanked high and deep down the line in right. And it's a foul ball. Working for the punch out and the offering. And this is swung on and missed. Oh, a huge punch out there as the bases remain loaded with two away now.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
Stepping in now, Mitch Garver. As he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball one. And a golden opportunity here to give his guys the lead with 3 men aboard. Here's the 1-0.
That's Bolton.
This is worst case scenario for the pitcher. As the offensive player, man, smile on your face knowing you're sitting fastball right down the middle.
The 2-0. 23 pitches already here in the first inning. And this could be trouble now. It's 3-1.
It often becomes harder to hit the zone when the pressure starts to heat up.
The 3-1 pitch.
Hey, this is a huge pitch right here. It would be demoralizing to watch this inning slip away.
Out of the stretch, the 3-2 home. And he strikes him out. So a missed opportunity at the plate as he strands 3 runners and the side is retired. Back-to-back strikeouts keep him out of danger. Bottom of the first, straight ahead. We are scoreless on the show. Jose Barrios, the right-hander out of Puerto Rico, will be the starter. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, Matt, thanks coming on Jose Barrios, and this guy has all the tools to be a great one. Great velocity with life, 94 to 97 miles an hour, power slider, and it's a big sweeper. His changeup is getting better. If this guy brings all 3 pitches one of these days, he has the potential to throw a no-hitter.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he'll watch the slurve that falls in for strike one. A ball and a strike to Houston's leadoff batter. In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now. Now a slurve's going to bounce up to the plate as he lays off it for a ball. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. But that'll ricochet off the facade out there in left center. And he's going to get to second now with nobody out.
Any hitter will tell you that a shot like that just feels different. It sounds different off the bat. See his arms get extended, right arm tucked up against his body, barrel the bat all over the ball, and he smokes it right off the wall in left center. A little more hang time, and that one probably gets out of here.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Here's a strike with the breaking ball. Lifetime against Jose Barrios. He brings a 4 for 12 line. Set to deliver the 0-1. Hops this one up. Donaldson in foul ground, but this will land untouched. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone. Hit high and deep out to left. Back goes Rosario to the track, to the wall, into the Crawford boxes and gone. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left, and the Astros have taken a 2-0 lead.
That's how the manager drew it up right there. Hold the visiting team scoreless and then grab a huge home run in the first.
Here's Michael Brantley. As he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike one. No outs, nobody on. And it's quickly 0-2. Nothing in 2 count and the pitch. And a half swing that time, but it's a full swing in the eyes of the umpire, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
It's never easy to rebound after serving up a 2-run shot, but that at bat was a good indication to me that he isn't letting it get to him. He went right after him for the strikeout.
Pitch on the way. And that's in there for strike one.
A pretty aggressive pitch right there up in the zone. Surprised he didn't offer at it.
Still only 1 out in the inning. Fouled away. The windup and the 0-2 pitch.
Yeah, you could tell he was ready for another fastball, but the pitcher went to breaking ball and the hitter just fouls that one off.
The next 0-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Weak grounder back to the mound. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Batting fifth, the first baseman, Gurriel.
Striding in for Houston, Yuli Gurriel, looking to get on base and keep this first inning alive. Pitch on the way. Barrios has both great strikeout stuff and exceptional command on the mound to go with it. A rare combination, but one that makes him one of the best in our sport.
Matty V, you talked about it. He doesn't walk a whole lot of guys. Well, if you don't walk a lot of guys, that means you have to throw the ball in the strike zone. And when you do, with great stuff like this guy has, he racks up the strikeouts. There aren't a lot of guys that get strikeouts by throwing the ball in the strike zone. This is one of the few that does it.
The 1-2. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Here he comes again, 1-2. And strike 3 called as he says, you got to be kidding me, with the side retired. Astros plate 2 on the 2-run home run. We'll head to the top of the second. It's now 2-0 Houston. Leading off the inning, Miguel Sano, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch.
1-0.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far up in the zone. That's one you normally pop right up.
Swing and a miss as he ramps up on the fastball. 1-1. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
Well, he kind of struggled through that first inning, but ended up getting out of it. Now here in the second, you know he'd love to get this leadoff guy and get off on the right foot and maybe settle into this game a bit.
Good job going down and hanging with it that time.
Interesting pitch selection right there, in off the plate. Not too many pitchers in the game want to go in there and risk hitting the guy and letting him get on first base free of charge.
Got him.
This is why it's so hard to be successful as a hitter when you fall behind in the count. 1-2, you're probably expecting some sort of off-speed pitches, but when the pitcher offers up a good hard fastball, it's pretty hard to adjust and catch up to it.
In now, Luis Arias. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. Set to deliver the 0-1. Good breaking ball there, laid off for the second strike. Pops this one up. Gurriel just to the right of the mound, makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Batting 9, the center fielder, number 25, Byron Buxton.
Now at the plate, Byron Buxton. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. First pitch of the at-bat.
Oh, that looks great.
You have to be careful. You can't sleep on the bunt right here, even with 2 outs. They're playing him back, but this guy can handle the bat.
And he fouls this one off. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2. Just the second inning, but already 37 pitches to this point. A little too much bite on the breaking ball that time as it's well off the outside. Popped him up. And Altuve will put the squeeze on this one, and that ends the inning. So they breeze through this half of the inning. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. Astros lead this one 2-0. Ready now, Yordan Alvarez. He's set to lead off the home half of the second.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
First delivery to him on the way. Starts him with a good rising fastball there for strike one.
Looked like he was going to wait him out, see if he was going to come over the heart of the plate. Well, newsflash, he is, and this hitter's going to adjust his batting gloves, and he better be ready in the box.
I had him reaching at thin air that time, and he's very quickly down 0-2.
Guess where he's going with this next pitch? Probably a little further outside, see if the fish are still biting.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out. Didn't mess around much in that at-bat, Dan.
No, that was pretty impressive, Matt. I really like a pitcher that trusts and works off his fastball. Right there, he decided he didn't need to use anything else. 3 straight heaters and go grab some bench.
So next to swing the bat will be Carlos Correa. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And there's a missile off the bat, but it's foul. Well, they'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now. Really tied him up on that one.
Yikes, he kind of looked clueless on that swing right there, Matt. If I'm pitching, I'm going right back to that same pitch.
So he racks up the swinging strikeout on the breaking ball. Carlos Correa goes down for the second out in the bottom half. Into the box now, Kyle Tucker, as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. The 1-0 home. Tucker is a guy that can really pick him up and put him down, if you will. He's a plus runner and really uses speed to his advantage in multiple ways on the field.
Yeah, and it works for him. It works for him in a lot of ways, like you said, Matty. Hits the ball on the ground. He has the potential to beat it out. I can't tell you what this does for an infield or an outfield defense to be put on their toes and have to make plays against this guy.
The 2-2.
I got 3-2.
Martin Maldonado would be next if they can keep this inning alive. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swung on but fouled off to the left. The 3-2 one more time. And that one's taken outside for a ball. He walked him. So no 1-2-3 inning here. They've got themselves a 2-out base runner.
Man, you hate to give up a 2-out walk to anybody, but especially to a speed demon like him. Good chance he's running here, and good luck trying to stop him.
At the plate, Martin Maldonado. He'll get to take his first cuts here. From the belt, kicks and deals.
0-1, no strike.
A runner on first with 2 away. Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0.
2 balls, no strike.
Throw over to the bag, just keeping him close. Fly ball out toward left center field. And as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't come around to haunt him as that ends the inning. 1 left for Houston. After 2, it's a 2-0 ball game. Max Kepler the next to grab a bat. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Max Kepler.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And a fastball close, but ultimately ruled a ball. 1-0. That's by him for strike one.
Wow, what makes it so tough to be a hitter is to be able to hit and change of speeds, right? You're geared up for the fastball, and all of a sudden, he pulls the string and throws you the straight change, the dreaded equalizer.
One ball.
And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. Here's a fastball in on the fist, and that'll even things up at 2-2. Now the pitch. And the shift will not amount to much here as this is lifted in the air out to right field. Fastball called, strike three, and there's the first out of the inning.
Just flat out frozen there. Nothing too deceptive about that four-seam fastball, so I think he wasn't expecting it at all.
Polanco.
At the plate, Jorge Polanco. Lifted out towards straightaway center field. On the move is Springer. And he tracks it down. A nice running play to record the second out.
Well, he had to track that one for a long time, and he did so while looking back over his shoulder. Not an easy play by any means, but they practice these all the time.
Now it'll be the Minnesota DH, Nelson Cruz. He drew a walk his first time up. Here's the pitch. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. A 1 pitch on its way. Center field. Chasing after it is Tucker. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Twins are set down 1-2-3. They trail things here 2-0. So it's back to the top of the order now, and former World Series MVP George Springer bats next.
George Springer.
First pitch on its way.
Nope. Count 1-0.
Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0.
2-0.
Big swing at the 2-0 slurve, and he comes up empty. It's 2-1. Oh, and he took a big swing at that one as this is driven out to deep left center field. It's up onto the train tracks and out of here. A solo home run here off the bat of George Springer, and the Astros have taken a 3-0 lead.
Well, in just a little more than 2 innings of work, he's given up 2 homers. Could be just one of those games for him. We'll see how much rope they give him. It's definitely getting shorter at the moment.
Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. As the first pitch here is a bit high, it's ball 1. He launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. Now the 1-0. Line toward the alley in left center. That's in another base hit. He's 2 for 2.
You never want to beat a pitcher that breaks a guy out of a slump, but this guy was too good. You knew it was a matter of time before he started barreling baseballs. That gives him a multi-hit game, and I'm sure he's feeling good about it.
And here's the left-handed hitting Michael Brantley as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. Behind 0-2 now. Nobody out, runner on first. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone. Pretty clear he didn't like the call there on the outside part of the plate, but probably too good to take, and he's down on strikes for the second time.
Yeah, that pitch was right on the black. Beautiful pitch. And even if we had robot umps, he'd still be out. But the only difference would be he wouldn't be able to complain about it.
There's a breaking ball that couldn't quite catch the inside. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Now the 1-0 is offered at and missed for the first strike. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Down the first baseline, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. Working for the punch out and the offering.
Looks like this guy's afraid to throw the ball in the strike zone. Gave up that home run earlier in the inning. Needs to get back to being aggressive.
The 2-2.
Count is full.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the runner moving here on that 3-2 pitch. With only 1 out, but this guy at the plate swings the bat really well. So it's likely he'll put the ball in play if it's a pitch worth swinging at.
Turned on down the line, but this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. And this misses for ball 4. The second walk he surrendered here in the first 3 innings.
Yeah, the pitching coach would hate to go to the bullpen this early in the game, but sometimes you have no choice. On the flip side, he might just get in his face a little bit out there, try to challenge him, wake him up from his funk. Either way, we'll see how it works.
So here's Yuli Gurriel. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. In the dirt, and now let's see. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw. So now 2 men in scoring position.
Man, that is such a wasted opportunity. 2 on, 1 out. Perfect situation to induce a grounder and get out of the inning, but instead he's wild and both runners advance, taking the double play situation away.
Gurriel behind a ball and 2 strikes. Here's a ball hit softly down to third. Oh, what a stop on the slide. It's there, and he's out.
Wow, that was a great job to rob him of an RBI single. Showed some great athleticism, and it winds up being an RBI ground out instead.
Next up for the Astros, Yordan Alvarez looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Got to find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
And he won't get it as that's down for a base hit. Now the relay home, but not in time as he's across with the run.
Hey, D-Roy, I think we got a case right now. This team, they're just feasting on a pitcher that he's given up some runs. It looks like he's starting to get a little bit tired, leaving some of these pitches up in the zone.
Yeah, and I think there's a fight at the bat rack right now. Guys are licking their chops, knowing he's a little bit tired, going to leave stuff over the middle of the plate. Won't be surprised to see the bullpen get going.
Here's Carlos Correa now, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball 1. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Into the corner and slicing foul. The 1-1 home is swung on and missed for strike number 2.
Take a step back right here. After 3 fastballs in a row, there is no chance he throws you a 4th.
3 runs already home here. Hit high and deep out to left center field. It's up and out of here into the archways. Carlos Correa with a 2-run shot as this lead swells to 7-0.
Another excellent swing right there. That's multiple home runs in the same inning. Watch yourself. You're missing over the heart of the plate.
Here's the Minnesota skipper making his way out to the mound. And we're going to have a pitching change as that's going to be all for his starter this afternoon. So the pitching line will not be kind to him here this afternoon as he just pretty much could not get anything working. Matt Wisler is going to come on to pitch here, and in just the 3rd inning, you have to think he'll be asked to eat some innings.
Matt Wisler.
At the plate now, Kyle Tucker. As he'll get caught chasing a bad one there at strike 1. Reached base via the walk in his first plate appearance. The windup and the 0-1. A bouncer up the middle. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly.
Now batting, catcher, Maldonado.
Standing in now, Martin Maldonado. High in the air down the right field line. Kepler is there and he puts it away to stop the bleeding. So this once slim lead is slim no longer as 5 runs come across to score to help build a substantial advantage. 3 innings complete. It's the Astros 7 and the Twins nothing. All set for the start of the 4th. So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Josh Donaldson. He singled his last time up.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
1 ball, no strikes to count. A 1-1 count now to Donaldson. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Man, this guy has retired a whole slew right now. I think what he needs to do is just stay focused and keep attacking the game plan like he has up to this point, because everything he's done has worked.
Swing and a line drive. Foul. And that misses, so it's a full count, 3-2. And it's fouled away. Another full count pitch home. There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Back goes Springer, and this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. It's a solo shot off the bat of Josh Donaldson, and they're now on the board, though still well behind. Into the box, Eddie Rosario. As he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Bullet back up the middle. And that'll get down out there near the wall. And they'll keep it going here as he's in with a double.
You don't get too many pitches a day in the big leagues middle cut. His eyes lit up right there. This pitcher's lucky he's not getting another ball from the umpire.
So now to the plate, Mitch Garver, as he'll take a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Here comes the 0-1. Oh, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2. 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors in the ball game for Minnesota. 1-2 to the Twins catcher.
Love the high heater right there to raise the hitter's sights. Let's see if he buries something in the dirt right here.
2-2. This is swung on and hit to Altuve at second. And the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out.
Not a lot you can do with that pitch. That fastball just ate him up inside and gets the soft grounder for the out.
Here's Miguel Sano. Here's the first pitch now from Greinke. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors in the ball game for Minnesota. Big swing and a miss at the changeup. A ball and a strike. The 1-1 home. Hard hit toward the hole. And just past his outstretched glove into left, a base hit. And the runner from third scores as they try and work their way back into this one. That makes it a 7-2 game.
No, you try and execute a pitch, Dan. I'll leave you to answer that. But right there as a batter, you see the infield back. You take everything, all the variables into consideration. You're not trying to do too much. Anything on the ground that stays off the corners gets you an RBI. Now mix in the fact that it found the hole, and he's got a knock to go with it.
You know, it's so frustrating as a pitcher, D-Row. You think what you make is a good pitch, infield playing back, the ball is able to sneak through, a base hit and a run batted in. So close, but yet so far from getting out of that inning unscathed.
Here's Byron Buxton now. Trying to bunt his way on, but this has popped up.
And there's the second out as he squeezes it while standing on the mound.
Now batting, the right fielder, Max Kepler.
So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Max Kepler. He was sent packing on strikes in his last trip.
Yeah, always frustrating to go down looking. Everybody does it, though. You'll have a few ABs where you get completely fooled. Look for him to be on the attack early in the set-bat.
Hoping to limit the damage, here's the pitch.
A time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
Two and 0 count. Here it comes.
Very rarely does a pitcher like this leave one in a location like that. That's a pitch right there he'd like to have back. He'd love to swing at that one again.
Now the 2-1. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Gone. So a 3-run blast to straightaway left, and that lead is trimmed to 7-5 here. How about the work the lineups have been doing so far, fellas?
Matty V, this is turning into home run derby part 2. D-Row, 5 bombs already in this one.
Yeah, there's a fight at the bat rack for both teams right here. A lot of missed locations right out over the heart of the plate, and neither side is missing.
In now, Jorge Polanco, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Here's the pitch. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Hits are even at 7 apiece. And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. Fouled off.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
Here now the 2-2. Fouled away. And he comes back with one down and in for ball 3.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
Coming up now on 30 pitches in the inning. Pulled toward right center field. Springer is in his tracks now, and he will put it away to retire the side. So they nearly bat around here as 8 men come to the plate in scoring 5. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. Houston leads this one 7-5. And we're back in Houston. Welcome back to Minute Maid Park as we check in with Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. During the commercial break, I discussed the Astros offense with Houston's manager. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. Looking at the numbers, they currently have 4 hits coming from at-bats where they were behind in the count. That indicates that these guys are absolutely battling at the plate and making it very difficult for the opposition to get them out.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. George Springer the next to hit. Already a home run and a double for him in this one. First delivery to him on the way.
1-0.
The 1-0 delivery.
Ball 2.
And a fastball here that's taken for ball 2. Two and one.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And the pitch. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, a crucial count for both pitcher and hitter. So, Dan, what was your approach on the mound in that count? Do you still pitch for the strikeout here?
Action pitch right here, 2-2. The last thing you want to do is to fall behind and count 3-2.
So he racks up the swinging strikeout on the breaking ball. George Springer is dealt with for the first out in the bottom of the inning. So up to the plate next will be Jose Altuve. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far. First offering on its way. Grounded down the third baseline, but a foul ball here. 0-1. The pitch. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Two balls and a strike to Jose Altuve.
Big sweeping breaking ball right there. Good pitch, but if he wants to get him to swing at it, he'll have to bring it in a little bit closer to the strike zone.
Hit hard back up the middle and into center field as he's aboard with a 1-out single.
They talk about having a day. How about 3 at-bats, 3 knocks? Not a bad day, D-Ro.
We used to say in the big leagues on the bench, anybody can get 2. Can you get 3? And if you get 3, who's on the hook for 4?
There goes Altuve. Pitch swung on and missed. The throw is not in time as he just gets in ahead of the throw.
Good steal there, and I'll tell you, he is a multi-dimensional player out there. He's got good pop at the plate, and he showed he's not afraid to use his wheels on the bases either.
To your point, Dan, he did go deep earlier, and now the stolen base here, so he's really having an impact on this game. Comes set, and the 0-1. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time.
Clearly staying away from him in this at-bat with that runner in scoring position tells me they're trying to force him to reach for something and maybe roll over on it.
A little bit outside. 2-1.
A couple strikeouts early in the game, but he's done a much better job in this at-bat trying to get ahead and put himself in a good hitter's count.
Now the 2-1 pitch.
Nope, outside.
This is a spot you like to be in as a good hitter. Runners in scoring position and count leverage in your favor.
The 3-1 pitch. Holds off on the slider, and that's a good idea as it's ball 4.
The batter, the third baseman, Alex.
So here's the Astros cleanup hitter, Alex Bregman. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
That pitch is out.
Now the 1-0.
Ball, that's down.
Clearly working the bottom of the zone, trying to get a ground ball for a double play.
First and second now, 1 man out. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this is going to wind up a foul ball. Now the 2-1. Swinging a soft liner, but this is hauled in by the second baseman.
The first baseman, number 10, Guriel.
Striding in, Yuli Gurriel. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. From the stretch. And he lays off there, 1-0.
That's the human element of the game right there. Umpires are going to miss a couple calls. It's the pitcher's ability to stay composed and grind that's going to make him successful today.
Two down, runners at first and second. Hit down the line at first, but a foul ball, 1-1. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. To first. Reined in. On to first, and the Astros can't cash in as that ends the inning. So a good bounce back inning here after the 5-run outburst last time around. On to the top of inning number 5 we go. The Astros on top, 7-5. And that'll bring up the big stick of Nelson Cruz. And Dan, I'm sure the starter on the mound would like to hit the rewind button on that last inning.
Oh, no doubt about that, Mac. That was a really rocky frame, but clearly not enough to chase him from this game. We'll see if he's still shaking a bit or if he's able to put this behind him.
Here comes the first pitch. They'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1.
Well, he's still out there to start the 5th inning, but it's been a real grind of a start for him. The pitch count is much higher than he'd like it to be, so it's hard to imagine him working really deep into this game.
High in the air out to center field. Therefore, it is Springer, and he's got it for the first out.
Now batting, third baseman, Donaldson.
So the bases are empty with 1 man gone. And here's Donaldson.
And that last at bat when he went deep, he turned around a pretty good fastball. So I'm kind of thinking this guy's a good fastball hitter. So I might want to move that ball up and down and in and out and try not to throw it right down the middle of the plate.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Line to second where it's caught there for out number 2.
It's really important to be a second baseman and have some athletic ability. And how about this right here? He goes up high to snag this line drive that was definitely headed to the outfield for a base hit.
Trying to pick things up where we left off, Eddie Rosario. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Ball, down.
Hey, a 2-out walk right here would be the tying run to the plate. Even though it's early on, you got a guy on deck that has a lot of pop.
And that's into the corner, a foul ball and right. 2 out, nobody on. Swing and a liner, but foul. And he fouls this one off. The 1-2.
I got to count 2-2.
And you know what? Give this guy some credit up there because this had the look of being a very quick inning. He's been able to stretch this at bat out a little bit, and that's something that shouldn't go unnoticed.
And it's fouled away. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3.
Hey, this guy's a hard guy to put away. He's fouling off some tough pitches. 2-2 count, and he just seems to keep hanging right in there.
Count still full, 3-2. Too close for comfort, and he did a good job just to make contact. The next 3-2. And he struck him out. A 10-pitch battle, but he finally wears him down as the inning is over. Down go the Twins in order. They're down 2, 7-5. Striding forward now is the DH, Jordan Alvarez. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
Alvarez.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Now here's a ball hit high and deep to straightaway right field. And it's gone as they add still another. A solo shot here to straightaway right field as they open up an 8-5 lead. We've seen these squads go yards 6 times now today. This game has developed into an absolute slugfest, huh, guys?
Dan, they're absolutely not going to cover off the ball. I'm curious to get your take on this. I didn't find it to be the truth. I didn't mind hitting at night. But a lot of guys say they see the ball better during the day.
You know what's funny, D-Roll, is I preferred to pitch in night games as opposed to day games. I always thought it was advantage to the hitter, and so far that looks like it's the case in this one right here. They must be seeing the ball really well because they're just absolutely smoking the baseball right now.
Now the slider gets the call in the bottom part of the zone. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Base is empty here with nobody out. Slider. Ooh, thought he had him, but it's 1-2. Shot toward right center. That's in for a base hit, and he's 2 for 3.
Wow, I'm shocked he even pulled the trigger on that pitch. He might have been fooled right there, but he was able to keep his hands back and scramble a good pitch for a base hit.
Striding into the box, Kyle Tucker. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. A runner at first with no outs here. Popped him up. Polanco backs up a bit and he takes charge for the first out.
Now batting, the catcher, Martin Maldonado.
Into the box now, Martin Maldonado. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. First pitch coming. Here it is. And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1.
Lucky he got a piece right there. He was definitely late on that pitch after seeing a previous off-speed pitch.
Into right field. That's a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
The center fielder, number 4, George Springer.
Here's George Springer. He'll lay off a slider too low, ball 1. So far 2 for 3 in this one. Astros center fielder ahead with a 2-0 count.
Got to find a way to execute either a good fastball down and away or flip something off speed for a strike. You cannot miss over the harder plate in these situations. The hitter is on high alert.
Too tight with that one. 3-0.
Well, nothing can make you question yourself on that mound more than 3 straight balls to a guy you know that you should go right after. Sometimes you just lose the strike zone and you don't know why.
A high fastball is in there. Ground ball sent back up the middle, and that's through into center field. Base hit. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second.
Dan, with that single, he's now 3/4 of the way to hitting for the cycle. Toughest one still on the shelf, though. He's got to get a triple.
Yeah, that you said it, D-Roll. That's one of those that's either got to hit right down the line or one of those tweeners in the gap. He has enough speed, so if he can find a gap or find one down the line, maybe he can do it, and he's going to at least get one more at bat in this one.
Grounded to first. There's one. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. So 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. 5 innings complete. Astros lead this one 9-5. Now to the plate, Mitch Garver. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point.
This one doesn't look good so far, down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going, and the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
In there at the letters 0-1.
Ooh, I'm shocked he got away with that one, boys. Curveball right down the middle of the plate, and for him to take that pitch looking, he had to be sitting on something else, but he should have pulled the trigger.
The 0-1 delivery. Ball 1. Now some action out in the Houston bullpen as it appears both a lefty and a right-hander are up to throw. The 1-1. Doesn't catch the outside corner. It's a ball. Two-1 pitch is a fastball off the plate away, and it's 3-1 now.
Well, ball 3, and the Twins would love to get this inning started any way they could to get that leadoff guy on.
Tough pitch to lay off, but he did, and it's ball 4, so the leadoff hitter is aboard to start the 6th.
And that's what you want from your leadoff hitter. Show some great patience and discipline, making the pitcher labor to start the game. The result is a leadoff walk and a chance to make some early noise.
So the big bat of Miguel Sano digs in next. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. First pitch coming. Here it is.
Nope.
A ball and no strikes.
Got to believe the pitcher's going to trust his defense right here. Look for something down in his zone to induce a ground ball double play.
Now the 1-0. Hit hard to the right side. Foul. And this is taken for a called strike, and he's not in love with that call either. It's 1-2 now. And this is going to find the crowd down the left field line. Count holds at 1-2. This is lifted into the air out towards center field. Springer on the run. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out.
The batter, number 2, second baseman, Luis Arias.
Digging in and looking for more, Luis Arias. He scored after reaching on a single in his last time up. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And a fastball's in there for strike 1. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. 0-2 count and the pitch. Now this is on the ground to first. We'll see if they can get two. Over to Gurriel for an inning-ending double play. Nothing doing here for the Twins. They could use a good cup of ambition. It's 9-5. At the plate, Michael Brantley, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts for him so far.
Michael Brantley.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Two and 0 to Brantley.
Maybe a bit of an overthrow there, guys. May have let that front side open up a little early to try to hump up on a fastball and sailed on it.
Line to the right side, but a foul ball. Two balls and a strike. Here it is. Oh, textbook slider there, and he's back at even 2-2. Oh my, this ball is crushed. Where will this one end up? And that ball will stay fair, and it's gone. A home run. A solo shot down the line in right, as this is now a 5-run cushion. Zach Littell takes over on the mound here with nobody out in the 6th inning.
Number 52, Zach Littell.
And that'll bring up Alex Bregman.
Number 2.
Yes, he'll take a look at ball 1.
Bregman.
1-0.
Bases are empty here, nobody out. And he falls behind now, 2-0.
2-0 to a guy with this kind of pop, you better be awfully careful because he's going to be swinging out of his shoes.
And here's a fastball for a strike, 2-1 now. Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Now a foul tip right into the catcher's glove as he's able to hang on for the first out.
You know what was really impressive to me about that strikeout? He fell behind 2-0 to start the at-bat. That's a pretty bad place to be, but then he kind of refocused himself and came right back with 3 quality pitches in a row to sit him down. That's not easy to do, but now his focus has to hone in on getting ahead on the next guy.
And that misses inside, 1-0. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. A ball and a strike to count to the Astros first baseman. Some movement now in the Minnesota bullpen as a right-hander's up and throwing. 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Now here's the pitch.
Nope, upstairs.
Fouled off. All even at 2-2. Here it is. And there's ball 3 on a breaking ball that misses away.
Looked to me like he tried to do way too much on that 2-2 pitch. You don't have to come into the zone on that count, but a pitch that far outside isn't going to tempt anyone to swing.
A swing and a ground ball to third. And there's out number 2.
The batter, number 44. Designated hitter, Yordan.
To the plate now is the designated hitter, Yordan Alvarez. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And they'll start things out with a changeup here, but this is a bit too tight. It's ball 1. A 2-0 count to the Astros DH. 2 out, nobody on. Strike taken up in the zone.
One of my favorite pitches in the game right there. The old Greg Maddux equalizer. Started at the front hip and bring it back.
Here now the 2-2. He swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. One more for the Astros, and it comes on this solo homer. The 9 1-2 hitters due up to start the 7th. It's the Astros 10 and the Twins 5. Brian Abreu is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
Number 66, Brian Abreu.
Stepping up now, Byron Buxton. He was retired after popping out in his last at-bat.
Yeah, Matt, he's got to lower his sights a little bit right now. We talk a lot about this, the elevated heater. We're seeing it so much in today's game. He's got to find a way to make this pitcher work down in the zone just a little bit more.
Set to deliver the 0-1. And a fastball way off target here, and it's even at 1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Misses, ball 2. And he connects with it. This one's hit deep out to left center field. Gone to lead off the inning. A solo home run for Byron Buxton as they've cut this deficit down to 4. Stepping in now, Max Kepler, as he'll watch a breaking ball that comes back to catch the outside corner for strike 1. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. And he falls behind 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Again, he sends it out of play. No outs, nobody on. Popped him up. Bregman has a play, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
The batter, number 11, shortstop, Jorge Polanco.
Up next for Minnesota, Jorge Polanco. He flew out in his last at-bat. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit on the ground is short, and that gets through for a one-out base hit.
Now batting, designated hitter, Nelson Cruz.
At the plate now, Nelson Cruz, as he'll take a changeup here for strike one. No hits to this point. Counts even at 1-1 to Nelson Cruz.
Hey, every ball club has that spark plug guy, and this is the guy right here. He usually ignites a lot of productive innings.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1.
Great job on those last two pitches of varying speeds. Gave him a hard fastball, and then he locked him up with a changeup.
Throw over to first, and he'll get back in standing. Struck him out. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
Josh Donaldson digging in now, as he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. And another foul ball. 2 out with the man at first. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Pulled the string on him that time, and the inning is over.
Ladies and gentlemen,
but not before the Twins get one, and it comes on this solo home run. Get up and stretch. It's the Astros 10 and the Twins 6. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Into the box, Carlos Correa. So far 2 for 3 in this one. First delivery to him on the way. Changeup too low, and it's 1-0. Lifted out towards straightaway center field. Buxton has to roam straight back, but he has it for the first out.
The right fielder, number 30, Kyle Tucker.
Standing in, Kyle Tucker, a hit in 2 tries so far. Here comes the first pitch. Now a shot out toward the alley in right center. And this one scoots all the way to the wall. And he's in there easily at second with a 1-out double.
Let's take another look at just a textbook swing right there. Good weight transfer, good hands to the ball, solid contact, and great extension through the ball.
Yeah, that's about as pretty as a swing gets. Nice look at it there from our camera guys as well. To the plate now, Martin Maldonado, fouled away. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Outside for a ball, 1-1. 1 out and a runner on second base. Little too much bite on the slider that time, taken outside.
Hey, after those 2 breaking balls missed, you have to be sitting on a fastball right here.
Now the 2-1.
Fastball 3.
Well, he really needs to make this guy swing the bat right here. He's not the type of hitter you want to dance around with.
The 3-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and that's a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
When you get yourself to a 3-1 count and you get a fastball, those are the ones you really want to punish. Couldn't get the bat on it, so we'll see if that comes back to haunt him.
3-2 pitch. This pitch is popped up. And he'll lunge out of the crouch to make the play for out number 2.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
So the Houston lineup turns over, and to the plate, George Springer. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and they take another single right here. That third base coach is dying to wave his arms. I wouldn't be surprised if anything hit hard through the infield. He's going to wave him.
1 ball, no strikes to count. Fastball well outside.
With 2 outs and a base open, I don't think he's going to see anything to hit in this at-bat. Not much reason for it.
Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. And now it'll rattle up against the wall. As he arrives at second without a play, as a run will score on the play as well.
Second baseman.
I mean, that had to feel good right there, Dan. That's his 3rd RBI of the game and extends his team's lead. They might have this one locked up.
Well, I'd say those are always big, those add-on insurance runs. Big RBI right there for a little bit more breathing room.
Jose Altuve will stand in here, but before he does, let's take you back to the very first inning. This was a 2-run home run right out of the gate that really got these guys off to a fast start. He's set, and the pitch. Ball 1. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Inside corner, a ball and a strike. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Takes this the other way to right. Kepler is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Astros plate 1 on a couple of hits. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. The Astros lead it 11-6. In now, Eddie Rosario. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Sometimes you just got to tip your cap to the guy on the mound. He's getting paid to try and get you out as well. Anytime it gets up there, north of 7, 8 pitch ABs. Sometimes it just comes down to pure execution. Let's see if he makes the adjustment right here.
As we near the end of this one, I think it's safe to say that the story of the game has undoubtedly been the long ball. Guys, what do you think about what we've witnessed?
Well, as a former offensive player, I absolutely love it. Kudos to both lineups for doing absolute damage today. One of the most fun watches of the year.
You know, D-Roll, what this shows me is this new age way of guys going up there and they're swinging hard. You need to make good pitches, quality pitches, and if you don't have command of the fastball, you're in for a long day, and we saw that here this afternoon, a ball flying out at near record pace.
The catcher, number 8, Mitch Garver.
Standing in now, Mitch Garver. And he takes ball 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. The 1-0.
2-0.
Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Nobody out, runner on first. And a good comeback there. It's 3-1.
Stealing that strike on 3-0 was important, but you don't want to miss over the heart of the plate in this situation. I got to believe he's going to be way more aggressive right here.
The 3-1. Popped him up. Gurriel over to his left. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. Well, this has been a bullpen game for some time now, but let's go back and review the performances of the 2 starters, neither of whom turned in an outing to remember. Stepping into the box, Miguel Sano. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
I think it's about time to choke up on that bat and get that foot down. He's awfully tardy right now.
Runners on first with 1 down. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hey, they tried to tie him up on that last pitch, so I like that they went away with this one. The execution didn't work, but I like the idea behind it.
The 1-1 home. Swing, and there it goes. Deep to left field. Gone as it's into the Crawford boxes. Two runs on the board after that home run by Miguel Sano. And just like that, it's down to a 3-run ball game. Ryan Presley gets the call as he'll pitch with 1 gone in the top of the 8th.
Number 55, Ryan Presley. batter number 2, second baseman, Luis.
Into the box,
Arias.
Luis Arias. As he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. He was a double play victim last time around. Here comes the 1-0. A ball and a strike. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Still only one out in the inning. Just a bit high with the fastball, but didn't get the call. Now the 2-1.
Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike.
And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
The center fielder, number 25, Byron Buxton.
So a runner at first now with 1 away, and that'll bring up the speedy outfielder Byron Buxton.
Yeah, that last at bat, Daddy, he turned that fastball around. He didn't hit it a ton. He didn't hit it a country mile, but hey, listen, a home run is a home run.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
That's a ball.
And a good fastball there, but this just misses the zone for ball 1. And a breaking ball falls in there for a strike. It's 1-1.
Hey, I don't blame him for giving up on that curveball. That was a rainbow coming out of the sky. Stole a strike.
Now the 1-1 pitch is taken for strike 2.
I got to count 1 and 2.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. And he struck him out.
Pitching 101 is changing location and upsetting the hitter's timing. You do that, and everything's going to be fine. And that strikeout, he never threw the same pitch twice in a row, and he won the battle because of it.
So now to the plate, Max Kepler. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball 1. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. And he fouls this one off. A runner on first with 2 away. 2-1 now to the Twins leadoff man. Two and 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Check swing here, but he holds up far too late as it's strike 3 and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs here on 2 hits, with one of them being the home run. Home half of the 8th, straight ahead. Houston leads this one 11-8. Tyler Clippard is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 36, Tyler Clippard.
Now at the plate, Michael Brantley. It was a solo shot for him in his last at-bat.
Yeah, man, this guy flexed his muscles in that last at-bat. We heard that he has good power. That last bomb had to go well over 400 feet. He hit it a long way.
Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Taken, and that one catches the bottom part of the strike zone. And low and inside with a fastball as he's got a hot-footed out of there.
He went deep earlier, so that might have been a little bit of a message they were trying to send to get him off the plate. At the very least, they're clearly trying to get him from getting his arms extended again.
The 1-2. Gets him swinging. He struck him out.
Boy, that's the best pitch in baseball right there with 2 strikes. That elevated fastball. Every hitter thinks that, hey, they can do something with that, but most of the time you get the result that you saw right there. A big swing and a miss and another strikeout.
And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. He'll swing and lift a ball foul off to the left and out of play. Clippard, once a Toronto Blue Jay, who was signed as a free agent in the middle of last season.
Yeah, I know he expected to get a longer-term deal, but these are the facts right now. He is on a 1-year deal, and he is going to have to produce if he is going to get that multi-year he's been looking for come off-season.
Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
Hey, that fastball caught too much of the plate on an 0-2 count.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Good waste pitch, 1-2.
Hey, even though this guy's a righty hitter, he's going to get pounded with that 2-seamer. He needs to make sure he catches this thing out front if he sees that pitch again.
And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
Number 10, Gurriel.
Now the Cuban import Yuli Gurriel, as the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1. Struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0-for-4 ball game right here. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. That swung on and missed. We're even at 1-1.
I'll tell you, if I'm pitching right now, I'm not throwing anything near the strike zone until these guys prove they can lay off it. They're just being way too aggressive.
Fastball well outside. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. Yordan Alvarez would be next. The 3-1. And that misses for ball 4.
Well, he walked him on 5 pitches, but that last pitch was really good. He missed down, but only by a hair. When a hitter has a 3-1 count, he can wait until he gets a pitch he loves.
Now the Astros designated hitter, Yordan Alvarez. It's been a 2-for-4 effort for him so far in the ballgame. Here comes the first pitch. A ball and no strikes. Two out with the man at first. Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. Good pitch there down below the zone, got him to go after it.
You got to be paying attention as an offense in a hitter's meeting in this situation. When you got a guy on the mound that you know the bottom can drop out of any pitch he throws, you have to elevate your sights.
He struck him out, the third time he's fanned in the game. Astros leave one as they remain in front 11-8. Roberto Ozuna comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the ninth.
54, Roberto Ozuna.
Striding in to start the ninth, Jorge Polanco, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
They look like they're up against it here, down 3 on the road, trying to come back against the closer.
Now here it comes. Ninth inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. The 1-0 home.
The last thing you want to do when you've got a 3-run lead in the ninth is give the other guys any sense of hope. It's a good time to challenge here on 2-0, especially since there's a good chance he's taking until he gets a strike.
Bottom part of the zone, a good changeup gets the call. Osuna, the native of Mexico, he's a 5-year vet at the major league level. Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
That has to make you feel really good as a pitcher, right? You're making pitches all around the zone, and then you bring that one inside. You can't do anything with it. What does it do? It just locks you up inside. You have no chance to put the ball in play.
Stepping in now, Nelson Cruz, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. We could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. The 1-0 home. Strikes him out as well, so make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
Well, you have to feel pretty confident about the way this one's going to end up as a manager. 2 hitters, 2 strikeouts from the closer. There's not a whole lot more he can do to instill confidence that he's going to wrap this thing up without any problem.
Here's the third baseman, Josh Donaldson. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the ninth. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. Should the lead hold up in this one, the win would belong to Zach Greinke. And that misses 1-1. The pitch. And he might have another one as this is hit high and deep out to left. Gone! A solo shot here to left, his second of the game, as this lead has been sliced down to 2. At the plate, Eddie Rosario, as he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. 2 hits in 4 attempts to this point. He's set. Here's the 0-1.
There seem to be different philosophies on it. So, Dan, what was your approach in 0-2 counts?
My philosophy is this. I think the last thing you want to do is throw non-competitive pitches, Matt. Throw something down in the zone or just out of the zone, but something way out of the zone doesn't serve any purpose.
Now a crowd of 31,000 plus come to their feet. And he looks at a ball, 1-2. Final strike for the Twins. And he chased it in the dirt. On to first, and that's your ball game.
Well, that's not exactly how you draw it up. He gave up a long ball to make it interesting, but it was the only run he gave up, and he hangs on to collect the save.
11-9 is how this one ends. The Astros jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Zach Greinke is credited with the win. Jose Barrios was hit hard to the tune of 7 earned as he takes the loss. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.
Fans, our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Astros, 11 runs, 15 hits, no errors. They left 8 men on base. For the Twins, 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 56 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.